A mantra is basically a prayer in an endless loop of our breathing, showing our presence on the planet. And the mantra works in three ways. It transports us. So it's a means of transporting ourselves to the center of our heart, to the center of infinity. It is also the objective. So it is the transport, but it is also where we are going. So Om Namo Shivaya means I see God in myself, in others, and seeing in others is the most difficult thing. I live a very normal, very ordinary life, full of irritations, anger, judgments. All of them arising out of judgment at other people that they shouldn't be like that. I blocked today my own daughter. She started using the word F, and I got so mad that I'm 50 plus and someone is calling me out and saying that you effed up, and I just blocked. It's anger. This is in spite of my meditating, etc., etc. So while we are on the planet, these things will happen. Not such a, don't make anything a big deal. You have to be taking care of yourself also. You have to be taking care of the others also. You try your best, and then whatever works out, you work out. You have to accept. Now, Om Namo Shivaya means that I see God in everything that I had a judgment about. Everything that I was getting angry about. Everything that has worked out. Whether you have those things or you don't have those things. You see God, you see perfection in everything. You don't see perfection in your personality. That is probably the one place where you're not allowed to see perfection, so that you are able to evolve. But you see perfection of the world, perfection of your life. You don't see the perfection of your attitude. You always have to fine-tune it. We have today someone who joined for the first time also. So just whoever comes for the first time, we will give you the group will give you 3 events in your life so that you can pray for those events, see the perfection of God in those 3 events. And then by praying for the events in our lives with gratitude, events at which we had anger or non-understanding. Because if we had understanding, then we would see it only as a blessing. So the person D who has joined for the first time, we'll just take a look at his life and ask him to send love to whatever happened from 34 to 37. It's a relationship issue. 42, there is a loss. 42, there is a loss, including the passing over probably of someone close. And then at 51, there is a disappointment and disconnect. And so 34 to 37 is 3 years of relationship. 41, 42 is a loss, and 51 is a disconnect with the near one. So when we pray, we will all pray with Om Namo Shivaya with D. And your job is to pray with love for whatever these 3 events are, so that you become more spiritual, you become more powerful. Om Namo Shivaya. And we are all praying as one connected heart. We are not praying for someone. We are praying for the person in our heart and around us. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. And by participating in this dance of letting the mantra be 3 things. The aim is to be one with God. The objective is to see God in everything and everyone, especially the people and things that we judge. And it is also the process, the aim, the transport, and the process. All these three things in its totality is the mantra power. And mantra is what? Repeat it not like a parrot, but with full understanding that Om Namah Shiva also means I see God, invoking our own godly powers, activating our godly powers. And what are the godly powers? Having an open, smiling heart that wants to give to others, not take from others. That is the superpower. Very few people recognize it. I saw today some inventing Anna and some Netflix, and it's all about people thirsting for to be famous, doing various types of crimes and fraud. And these people are not treated as heroes. And because the more you shoot a movie or you put in the center of attention someone who has done something bad, this bad person becomes famous. And when someone becomes a famous, people are so disconnected on the planet nowadays that they would do anything to be that famous. And it's not even now. It is the story of Erostratus. He burned the temple and the books in Greece of Athens to become famous. And his name was struck off, but he still remembers him. People make movies and put these criminals who have defrauded, and they are considered very super smart because they were able to fool a lot of people. And then these people become famous and they have achieved their objective of becoming famous. And a lot of other people take inspiration that, oh, crime is the right way. And then they get these things. And what were the crimes committed for? At least in this in this movie that I was watching, or series, it's interesting. It's called Inventing Anna. It's about the 25-year-old girl who came to New York and fooled everyone into thinking that she was very rich, and she just had the right clothes, etc., because she had been working as an assistant in Paris in some fashion magazine. So she stole the accessories from there. She came over. Everyone saw those clothes and assumed that she's very rich. And she was able to talk her way into the trust of these people who are rich but still very insecure. She's considered a genius that she's able to find the insecurities of the rich people and leverage that. So these people do everything, all their powers, all their genius. They used to get things with Balenciaga and Lou Manolo and all the shoes and this, etc. And still they are left empty. They were showing the lives of the millionaires who buy $1 million of art, and these things are scribbles and photographs and stuff like that. But it's the way to show that I have money. It's a status statement, etc. But that also shows if you have to spend $1 million on some scribbling or modern art, then you're very insecure, really. You're very, very insecure in spite of all that money. Or maybe despite all that money, you are insecure if you need these things. So everyone on the planet right now wants superpowers, wants to be special. That's what a superpower is, something that demarcates you from other people. And I do not have a superpower, but I will teach you the path. Just so that, because when I declare, oh, this meditation is with superpowers, then the assumption is that the guy who has got many superpowers can teach you some amount of that, because that's what a teacher is, someone who knows more. But I told her that today I got mad at my own daughter. She's 30 and she used the F word, so I put down the phone. Rather than being polite, I banged the phone. And I blocked the call. So how powerful, what sort of superpowers can I teach you? But I can. I can. Because when we are in the Om Namo Shiva, the flow, it won't be me, it will be the universe that you are asking for superpowers to connect with you and invoke those powers in you by using mantras. And mantras, again, are the means, are the aim, and the process. And they are combined with your intent. Intent is to achieve the objective, to become one with God. God has all the superpowers. It is the means of transport, is the mode of transport, and we combine it. The prayer, it's a call out for help that I want these superpowers or whatever we want to be able to manage the current situation in life. And it also has to be combined, which we don't think about, with our breathing. So, Om, you breathe in gently, the grace of God. Namo, you convert your heart into a temple of joy. Shiva, you bless everything and everyone. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo. And you hypnotize yourself. You hypnotize yourself. Om Namo Shiva. Hypnotizing is what? You trust and you let go. You trust and you let go. You let go of your body, of your all you think that you are, this face, this body, this style of thinking which you call your attitude and intellect. You let it go. That's what hypnotizing is. You start trusting the means, the mode, the aim, the intent of the mantra. Om Namo Shiva. And you feel the power of the universe now flowing through you. Now, before you fully close your eyes, I'll ask you for a second to take a look at the very terrible scene that is behind you. Because that's what superpower means. That you can take control and have these powers which are represented very violently in my background, very violent. It has a lion, half man creature with multiple arms, tearing apart a person, but the person is a demon. This is the story of the superpowers and Prahlad. So, God as Vishnu, the creator of the creators of the universe, reincarnates from time to time on this planet to support the world, to help us, to serve us. And there was a time in the eternal war between the demons and the gods. Vishnu is the creator God, and there is God of wind, and there is God of everything, of all the elements. And they are always fighting against demons, which are many. So it is in your head, the good thoughts fighting against the temptation, then the temptations are many. And the temptations are the demons. Because they lead you down, or us down. And in the fight between gods and demons, once the demons took control fully, think of it that you are the cosmic person and you like the wine or sex so much that you got drunk on it. So that means that the demons have now taken control of the universe which you call yourself. Now these demons, their king was Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyakashipu was the king of demons. So now he is controlling the universe, all the three, I would say, the land, the earth, under the earth, over there, the sky. So the three worlds he's creating. That I was created, he's controlling all. Everything which is above, beneath, so everything. So the demons are controlling everything. And to this demon, a son is born. The king of demons has a son, Prahlad. And Prahlad, from his very childhood, is attached and says the name of Vishnu. But he is the king demon's son. So when he goes to the school, he talks about, from his birth, he talks about Vedas, about the unity of the soul. And these demon teachers are very, very angry. How can you be talking about soul, etc.? We are just focused on the body and making the body happy. You are the king of the demons. And you shouldn't be remembering the name of Vishnu. And Prahlad is always saying the name of Vishnu. He's chanting the name of Vishnu. And the teachers have to complain, and it goes to the king that my own son is saying the name of my chief primary, the king of gods, the creator of gods, even Vishnu, and he becomes very angry. And he tries to control Prahlad in various ways. So the whole story is about Prahlad being put in fire, and he's not harmed by the fire, but his aunt, who was supposed to be having the ability not never to get burned. That was the demonic power that she gets burned down, but Prahlad is okay. And the king of demons, Hiranyakashipu, tries in different ways to control and his son, but he can't. And the son is just 6 years old. So the king is very angry with his son Prahlad. Finally, one day he becomes so mad that he says to him, I'm really going to be punishing you. And Hiranyakashipu was the demon king because for superpowers, he had prayed to Brahma. He prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed. He prayed for hundreds of years to Brahma with a single focus that I want superpowers. And when Brahma came, he said, the superpower that I want is all this strength, but I want that nothing, I should be eternal. And Brahma says, even I, the creator, have to go through cycles of creation and dissolution. So how can I give you something that I don't have? And Hiranyakashipu thinks about it. Okay, he was not afraid of, says, let it be that no man and no animal can hurt me. I cannot be killed neither in the day, neither in the night. Okay? Brahma thinks about it. Okay. You want a special way to be killed. That's what Brahma probably was thinking. And the demon keeps on saying, and neither, no sort of weapons that can be thrown or that can be struck to me can hurt me. It's okay. And he says, neither at home, neither outside the home. Okay. And Hiranyakashipu becomes very happy that no one can kill me now. So he becomes the king of the demons because seemingly nothing and no one can kill him. And his son Prahlad is now calling out for Vishnu and praying to Vishnu all the time. So he becomes very stressed and very angry. Finally, he takes him outside the house, outside the palace. He puts him in chains and asks him, do you see God everywhere? Do you think that Vishnu will save you now? I'm putting you into chains. And Prahlad says, yes. Is where? And at this point, because Vishnu was invoked by Prahlad, because Vishnu was invoked by the cause that Hiranyakashipu is now controlling the universe, and because Vishnu is reborn whenever it is needed, Vishnu appears at this time in his most violent form. Because Hiranyakashipu had said, no man, no animal, so Vishnu appears from the pole on which the chain was there, which was keeping Prahlad a prisoner, a 6-year-old boy in chains. Vishnu appears tearing up that stone, that stone, I would call it the support which was there. So it's a column basically. He tears it up from inside and comes out. Because Vishnu, Hiranyakashipu said, do you see your God even in this? He says, I see him even in this column which is holding the chain to which, and then from outside he bursts out, and because Hiranyakashipu has said no man, no animal, so Vishnu takes the form of half lion, half man. Narsimha it is called. And then he doesn't use any sort of, he has to kill with his nails, because Hiranyakashipu had said nothing which can be thrown or can be, or something that I can be stabbed with. So he uses his nails, and neither night, neither day at the time. This is the time of the, and this all has to take place right in the place where his palace is finishing, at the cusp of day and night, but also at the cusp of the house, the palace of Hiranyakashipu. So everything is at a boundary, and everything is half, 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 half. And in this form, Narsimha, half man, half lion, kills the demon king so that the gods can come over and good thoughts can again reign in your head. And Prahlad is the 6-year-old on my left. And the gods, very vividly written, that all this blood is there. And Vishnu, as the lion, half man, is so angry that no one of the universe can approach him. And the gods ask, we need Vishnu to be pacified as Narsimha. And they ask Lakshmi, his wife, the goddess of abundance, who is prayed for everywhere because she represents gold, money, but it is spiritual wealth. And even she says, no, my Lord is so angry right now, even I am afraid. And only Prahlad can pacify Narsimha with prayers. And Narsimha, the god Vishnu, in the half man, half lion, who's all bloody, he's just killed the demon, and he's holding on. And Prahlad asks him to be pacified, and he says, Prahlad, you were the son, and you kept on praying to me no matter what the king, your father, made you go through. So I am willing to give to my Bhakt, it is called, to the one who sees me in everything and who invokes me. I'm willing to give you anything, any superpower, anything that you want. And Prahlad says, I just want one superpower. I want the power not to have any desire for anything. So we are going to be unlocking that superpower so that you will see the perfection of your life as is. Now close your eyes, and first we invoke the Guru Hanuman. Om Namo Hanuman. Om Namo Guru Hanuman. Om Namo Guru. Guru Hanuman is the Guru, the teacher who takes us to the deepest place of our understanding of the mantra, the symbolism of the story, so that our intellect becomes free of all false desires. The only desire we need is to be one with God. So 7 times we remember the Guru so that the Guru can guide us. Om Namo Guru Hanumate. 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 I'm going to be saying as a special 5 times I will say the different names and the different attributes of the Lord Narsimha, the half man, half lion form of God, so that we get the power that was asked by Prahlad, the superpower to see the perfection in our life, and seeing the perfection, then we will have only one desire, to be one with God. And that one clarity will invoke other superpowers of our intellect. Oh, just feel it. I did send the 21 names of the Lord, Nasima. Oh, but feel the vibration and open your heart so that the demons of our desires, false desires, are killed by the Lord. Om Narsimhanaya Namah. Om Mahasihaya Namah. Om Divyasihaya Namah. Om Mahabalaya Namah. Om Ugrasihaya Namah. Om Mahadeva Namah. Om Stambhanjaya Namah. Om Ugralochanaaya Namah. Om Rudraya Namah. Om Sarvbhutaya Namah. Om Srimate Namah. Om Yoganandaya Namah. Om Trivikraya Namah. Om Hare Namah. Om Kolahalaya Namah. Om Chakrine Namah. Om Vijayanaaya Namah. Om Jayavardhanaaya Namah. Om Panchanaya Namah. Om Parabhrahmane Namah. Om Aghoraya Namah. ओम नरसिंहाय नमः ओम महासिहाय नमः ओम दिव्यसिहाय नमः ओम महाबालाय नमः ओम उग्रसिहाय नमः ओम महादेवाय नमः ओम स्तंभजाय नमः ओम उग्रलोचनाय नमः ओम रौद्राय नमः ओम सर्वभूताय नमः ओम श्रीमते नमः ओम योगानंदाय नमः ओम त्रिविक्रय नमः ओम हरे नमः ओम कोलालय नमः ओम चक्रिने नमः ओम विजयराय नमः ओम जयवर्णाय नमः ओम पंचनाय नमः ओम परब्रह्मण्य नमः ओम अघुराय नमः ओम नरसिंहाय नमः ओम महाशिवाय नमः ओम दिव्यवस्याय नमः ओम महाबालाय नमः ओम उग्रसिहाय नमः ओम माधवाय नमः ओम स्तंभंजाय नमः ओम उग्रलोचनाय नमः ओम रुद्राय नमः ओम सर्वभूताय नमः ओम श्रीमते नमः ओम योगानंदाय नमः ओम त्रिविक्रय नमः ओम हरे नमः ओम कोलाहल नमः ओम चक्रिणे नमः ओम विजय नमः ओम जयवर्धय नमः ओम पंचनाय नमः ओम परब्रह्म नमः ओम अगौरय नमः ओम श्रीनारायण श्रीमाय नमः ओम महाशिवाय नमः ओम दिव्यसिहाय नमः ओम महाबालाय नमः ओम उग्रसिहाय नमः ओम महादेवाय नमः ओम स्तंभजाय नमः ओम उग्रलोचनाय नमः ओम रौद्राय नमः ओम सर्वभूत नमः ओम श्रीमते नमः ओम योगानंदाय नमः ओम त्रिविक्रय नमः ओम हस्ते नमः ओम कोलाहल नमः ओम चक्रिणे नमः ओम विजय नमः ओम जयवर्णय नमः ओम पंचनाय नमः ओम परब्रह्मणे नमः ओम अघुराय नमः ओम नरसाय नमः ओम महाशयाय नमः ओम देवस्याय नमः ओम महाबालाय नमः ओम उग्रसवाय नमः ओम महादेवाय नमः ओम स्तंभजाय नमः ओम उग्रलोचनाय नमः ओम वरोद्राय नमः ओम सर्वभूताय नमः ओम श्रीमते नमः ओम योगानंदाय नमः ओम त्रिविक्रय नमः ओम हरे नमः ओम कोलाय नमः ओम चक्रिणे नमः ओम विजय नमः ओम जयवर्णय नमः ओम वज्रनाय नमः ओम परब्रह्मण्य नमः ओम अघोराय नमः ओम नरसिंहाय नमः ओम महाशयाय नमः ओम दिव्यस्याय नमः ओम महाबलाय नमः ओम उग्रस्याय नमः ओम माधवाय नमः ओम स्तंभाय नमः ओम उग्रलोचनाय नमः ओम रौद्राय नमः ओम सर्वदाय नमः ओम श्रीमते नमः ओम योगानंदाय नमः ओम त्रिविक्रय नमः ओम हरे नमः ओम कोलाय नमः ओम चक्रिणे नमः ओम विजय नमः ओम जयवर्णय नमः ओम पंचनाय नमः ओम परब्रह्मण्य ओम अघोराय नमः ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय. Let the power of Narsimha, Vishnu as Narsimha, kill all the demons of pain, fear, anger in your heart, so that your heart is a shining, divine place, a temple of love, shining from your heart. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Thanking Lord for all your pain, all your fears, all your angers of the past. You evolve spiritually to a place where you are fearless, knowing that the Lord is in you. That the demons of your thought, you have the power to kill the demons of your thoughts, which are your pain, fear, anger, doubts. Your heart, therefore, becomes a golden light, shining. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, sending to your kidneys so that your kidneys are free of all fears. Om Namah Shivaya, sending golden light, the blessings, to your liver so that your liver is free of all anger. Om Namah Shivaya, sending golden light from your heart to your spine so that your spine is free of all stress. Om Namah Shivaya, sending golden light to your head so that your head is free of all heavy thoughts. And your heart is smiling, your kidneys are smiling, your liver is well and smiling, your stomach is balanced and smiling. Your heart is smiling with a golden light, blessing everything and everyone with Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Each and every brain cell is full of golden light. Om Namah Shivaya. You have no anger, you have no pain, you have no fear, you have no doubts. You have the Narsimha blessings in your heart. Blessings of the Vishnu reincarnated as half animal, half man. Kill the demons inside us. Om Namah Shivaya. And you have the Prahlad superpower of not needing anything from this planet. No matter how shiny it looks, no matter how prestigious it looks. People are going crazy for prestige. We can have a car and be happy with it. No, we need a car with a particular mark. And then we are in the line. Oh, this car needs to be an EV, and even in EV it needs to be this. No, you have a car, good. You don't have a car, good. You have feet to walk on, good. You don't have feet to walk on, you are at one place, just pray to God. Go to extremes of adjusting your thinking to be happy with whatever you have. That is the superpower. Om Namah Shivaya. You should have the desire to give to the universe. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Om Namah Shivaya. From your whole body, radiate love, light and laughter to everyone on the planet who needs it. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya to Douglas. Om Namah Shivaya to Galia. Om Namah Shivaya to Ham. Om Namah Shivaya to Heather. Om Namah Shivaya to Laura. Om Namah Shivaya to Ira. Om Namah Shivaya to Jean. Om Namah Shivaya Kat. Om Namah Shivaya Larissa. Om Namah Shivaya Luba. Om Namah Shivaya Marina. Om Namah Shivaya Preeti. Om Namah Shivaya Rita. Om Namah Shivaya Shari. Om Namah Shivaya Sweta. Om Namah Shivaya Sweta. Om Namah Shivaya Tammy. Om Namah Shivaya Veda. So the 105 times that we said the name of Narsimha unlock in us fearlessness. When we do not have any fear, then our superpower, because fears make us want things on the planet. I want my husband to be like this. I want my wife to be like this. I want this. I want that. I want this car. I want that tire. I want that result. I want that outcome. We don't see the perfection of our life when we are wanting something which is driven by a fear. Anything that you need, I want more, is born out of a fear that I have missed. When you see the perfection of your life, you're perfectly happy, and the demons are gone. They are killed with the mantra of Narsimha, with a totally shining heart, which each one of you is having right now. Bless anything that you are afraid of, including death, including COVID, including loss of money, relationship. Bless that as just as a thought, and you will get over it. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Someone just joined right now, so we'll just have to pray for the person.